Everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name's Christina and today is my Pan That Eyeshadows series update for May. Basically what this is I'm taking 5 eyeshadows randomly through my collection. I use them until I hit pan on them and then I roll in a new one. The ultimate goal for this is just to hit as many pans in my eyeshadow collection as possible within a year. So that's what we're doing. So let's start out with one that I did not touch at all, and I'm really debating on just rolling it out for now because I just haven't been reaching for it. And that's my Milani Bold Obsessions palette, and the color is Sweet as Honey. I ended up using it once last month, and that is it. And that's pretty much been on par since the beginning of the year, so I really do think this one is going to get rolled out for now, just to kind of roll something else in and see if I can just kind of revive the desire to use different shades, you know? It was just so similar to my Pan That palette that I'm doing that I just felt like it was redundant and unnecessary. So I think that one is gonna be rolled out. The next one is my Colourpop Honey palette, and that's the shade Stinger from this one, which is again the top shade up here. I also only ended up using this guy once. I debated on wanting to roll this one out, but now that it's getting warmer here, I do tend to lean towards yellow and orange looks a little bit more towards this part of the year. So I'm gonna keep it in one more month. If this happens again in May, then I'm probably gonna end up rolling it out. But I do tend to just gravitate towards these a little bit more. So these two have the least amount of progress on them in my opinion, and they were used the least out of all of my other shades. So not ideal, but it is what it is. It's not the end of the world. They're eyeshadows. It's not the end of the world. The next shade is from my Zoeva Mattes palette, which is this guy. I think I rolled this in 2 months ago. And the shade in this is the gray shade called 2 Clocks. And it does have some like noticeable difference on it now, but it's still very like full. I did say this is like one of my newer palettes, so like I feel like it's gonna be a really long time to see progress. I am wearing the shade today, and this eye look I have pictures of. I'll put it up right now because I just don't have that many pictures from the last month. I was just really bad about taking them. But I did this look a lot, and it's this shade on the outside, and the purple shade from another palette is on my eyes as well as other colors from my Pan That palette. So I did get a lot of use out of this gray, but yeah, it looks a little bit different, but not like super noticeably different. I ended up using this guy 5 times. So like decently used, more than the other ones. But yeah, 5 times with this guy, mainly just doing the same look over and over again, just because it was easy. The next shade is from my Beach Cosmetics Zodiac palette, which you guys know I adore. We have pan on one of these shades already from last year's Pan That eyeshadows. And I rolled in the purple shade that was actually in last year's, and I hit pan on it. Y'all see that from here? You guys will be seeing close-ups. This one, I had a feeling I was really close to hitting pan on it already, so I'm not too surprised by this. I ended up using it 7 times before I hit pan on it, so like I said, when I rolled it in, I figured I was pretty close because it was in the previous year's Pan That eyeshadow, so it was doing like pretty well. Again, I'm wearing it today. I've worn it a lot. I feel like this is a really subtle purple because I feel like it's not like in my face purple, which I really like, because I can kind of get away with it with more like neutrally everyday looks and not feel like too out of place. Also, I'm wearing like a light lavender periwinkle shirt, which you guys know how I feel about that color. So it kind of just works all together today. Yeah, hit pan on it so we get to roll this guy out. So that means 2 shades are getting rolled out today. So exciting times. And then the last shade that I want to talk about is of course from our Urban Decay Born to Run, who decided to make her comeback last month. And we rolled in the shade Breakaway, which did not work as a eyelid setting shade. I don't know why I thought it would work. It's way too reflective. But it does work pretty decently as a face highlight. That's what it's on my face today, and I think I put too much on. I think I went too hard. I'm a little shiny looking, if I'm being honest. Maybe I need a powder again, but yeah. It works really well as a highlight for me because I'm the color of ghosts. So it works that way. I don't see any visible difference really. Maybe a little bit more pan if I look at it from the top, but not too much. I ended up using this guy 10 times. So I used this the most, but one of those times I used it as an eyeshadow, or an eyelid setting shade, did not work. So did not do that again, but I have been using it like all over my face as a highlight with my Physicians Formula cream one that is another project pan. They work really well together because this like sets that highlight really well, and they're like basically the same shade almost on me. So it works well that way, but yeah, no real visible change in that yet. These are so hard to hit pan on. You guys have been here for these two, which I had to hit pan on in a Pan That Eyeshadow series. It takes a while. I'm not too hopeful that this won't be gone anytime soon. She's here to stay, you guys. So now we get to roll in 2 new shades to replace these guys. I'm gonna go ahead and roll for the first one to replace, where's my phone? My phone is over there. I forgot my phone died. I'm a mess. My phone is dead. Can I find a random generator? I'm just gonna have to use a Google number generator on my computer. All right, so I have 1 to 335 shades to generate for the first one. The first shade is gonna be 141. 141 is from my Colourpop Blue Moon palette, and it's the shade Mad About You. Here's the Blue Moon palette. Not that you can tell, basically all the writing has rubbed off of it at this point. And Mad About, oh, there's a broken shade in here. And Mad About You is down here at the bottom. It is a dark reflective blue. Actually, it's really pretty. A pretty shade. Not one that I reach for very much. So there is that first one. It's just one little swatch. So not the most pigmented in that swatch, but very, very pretty. So that is one of our new shades. And then let me generate for the second one, which is gonna be 273. 273 is from the Lorac Mega 5, and it's the shade Lagoon. This was in the first bit of the year, I believe. We did Flamingo, right? Yep. Which I used as a blush mainly. We already panned that one. So Lagoon, where are you? Oh, Lagoon is way over here, the shade. It's like a, is that a, I don't know what color is that a green? Color is that? It's like a forest green gray. Here are the 2 new shades, both also shimmers, which is nice. So those are the 2 new shades. Let me swatch the other ones next to it, and then we can see this new lineup. All right, so there is our color lineup. What an interesting change of lineup. I don't even know. I feel like it's such a strange lineup now, but I mean, I don't hate it. It just definitely is different from what we've had, and different than what I expected for my collection too, since it's so neutrally. Hopefully I can get a lot of use out of this blue. I think this blue with the gray from the Zoeva Mattes palette will work really well together. So those are the 2 I'm probably most excited. The yellow and blue will actually work really well. Fun fact, those were my middle school colors, blue and yellow. So I didn't like that color combo for a long time, but I mean, they do technically kind of work together, so that could work. Breakaway will continue just being a really good highlight. And we'll see how I feel about Lagoon. It's like, I can't tell what color that is. It like looks foresty green in the light, especially next to the gray. But then it also just looks gray. It's an interesting color. We'll see how I get on with it. And that, guys, is the entire Pan That Eyeshadows update for May. Hope you guys enjoyed it. It definitely gave me some ideas of eye looks that you think you would do with this color combo, or would you do anything with this color combo? I may have to bring in other like supplemental colors to make something. But yeah, let me know what you think you would do with this, and I hope you all are doing well. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up down below. If you haven't yet and you would like to, definitely hit that subscribe button. And remember, there is always magic to be found, and I hope that means I see all of you in my next video. Bye!
Alright, ooh baby, just hold tight. We're up at the moonlight, believe in the magic. On side, we'll make it feel just right. Just look at that bright light, believe in the magic. And we can save you from your bad